today we bring you guys. You ready for this? Drum roll, please. Another motivational
Monday.
or
Monday.
Monday.
Oh, you got more rhythm than me, don't she?
Monday.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. What's today's topic?
Today's topic is reestablishing your routine after falling off.
After falling off. Now, I think we all go through this. Sooner or later, at one point or another, we either jump back on the same routine. Few of us are able to do that, or most of us have to reestablish a complete different routine. You know, I think for me, it's reestablishing a new routine. Reason being is that I am now a new person. I have acquired new information, and I must now apply that new information based on what is going on and what has happened. You know, the reason for falling off could also be the reason to establish a complete new, different routine.
Yep.
But being that it is that you are a new person, being that you have completely new information and your thought process is changing, it has changed, it only suits, it's logical to go to a different routine, right? I know for myself, I take root from my original routine, but then I add and modify it based on new information or tasks that I have to accomplish within that day, you know, and that's I'd say the challenge in the task, you know.
Yeah, I was thinking about the fact of like reestablishing your, and like the word your really stuck out to me, because if you think about your, it has to be personalized. And I think a lot of times like social media, people, the things around you can kind of make you feel like you need to have a routine a certain way. You need to do things like this. You need to wake up at 5 a.m. and then you need to like do 30 minutes of journaling, and then you need to do this, and then you need to go to the gym, and then you need to do your like. Thinking about routine lately for me is like, I need to stop looking at other people and how they function and how they work. Like, not just me, but just in general. Like, I've seen that when you look at other routines, you always start to compare, oh, I need to be doing this, I need to be on this type of stage, but it's your routine, right? So for me, it's like, what works for me? For me, honestly, it's having like same things in the morning, like having my quiet time and going to the gym. Like, those are my two main like structures. And then after that, I have a list. Like, that's how my routine works for me. And if I check those things off the list, like, that's how it works for me. But like having like blocks, it can work for me. But if the time divvies a little bit, I'm going to be upset, because when I do establish routines that rigorous like that, it doesn't work for me. It just hasn't, like, for years. Like, I've literally have tried and it just doesn't work. So it's like, sometimes I feel like it's like God telling me, you don't order your plans. You don't order your steps. You don't. You're not the one who is going to be the end all, be all, having your steps, having your structure, right? So at the end of the day, you can't just say, hey, I'm going to do it my way, right? Like, God always has a funny way of making it, this is what needs to be done that day. Because, like I said, I've tried the rigorous routine. It does not work for me whatsoever. So I would say when I fall off, I go back to what are the things that bring me peace in my foundation to be able to get through my days and to be able to reestablish back to my core. Like, that's the most important part. With your routine, you need to establish like who you are and go back to that core of what you're rooting, what's your purpose, right? Like, you're not making a routine to try to be somebody else. You're making a routine to try to be you, try to be a better version of you.
Yeah, well, you know, the routine is established to be the best you possible, so your day can be as successful as possible, right? And when we fall off, we're like, you can tell, right? Are you reflecting on your day and see how it turned out, right? What your days are completely different, and they're not as effective, as productive as when you have your routine,
right?
And that's plainly visible. And if you don't see it, at least you feel it mentally or emotionally. You know something is not right. So at the end of the day, reestablishing a now. And that leads to our question.
Yep. Our accountability questions for this week. So reflect on what has helped you grow in your routine and what's hindered you in your routine. Woo! And then on top of that, what worked and what didn't work in those things. Yeah. So that's what we got for you this week. And you got to make sure you stick to those accountability questions. So as always, be great, be awesome.
And be the best you are at everything that you do. Y'all take care. Have a great week, people. We love y'all.